What's up, guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and this is the weekend check-in for Merch by Amazon for what I'm designing for and what I'm looking to design for in the future and what's selling now. You ready? Let's get started. So, this channel is all about using the Merch by Amazon and Etsy income opportunities to build our income online, invest this income in things like the stock market and real estate, and if that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, you might have noticed that it's gotten progressively stock heavy on my channel throughout the week, and this is because a lot of the information about stocks obviously comes out on the weekdays because the stock market is open from Monday through Friday. So what I want to do is continue to provide value for my people who are here for Merch by Amazon and online income opportunities, because this is what gave me my ability to get started in the stock market and to invest in these companies like I am. So this is for you. This is so that you can continue to build your Merch by Amazon or Etsy income so that you can invest this income in the stock market or real estate. So this is hopefully going to be a regular occurrence on the weekends, and it might be Saturday and Sunday, or it might just be Saturday. But this is whenever I do my designing for Merch by Amazon. So I wanted to give you the insights that I'm thinking about and what I'm specifically designing for so that you can also take advantage of what I'm going after. And at the end, I'm going to give you a look at what is selling well for beginners so that if you're in like tiers 10 through 100, these will be the niches and the spaces that are selling well that you can get into that aren't that competitive. So let's get started and talk about what exactly I'm going to be designing for and what's been selling well for me over the past, recently, I guess the week. Anyway, so what I'm going to be designing for in May is Cinco de Mayo and mental health awareness. Cinco de Mayo is one that I'm just now getting into. I haven't done Cinco de Mayo in the past, but it's just one of those things where I feel like I now have a better understanding of my process, and I know how to adapt my process to different events like Cinco de Mayo and other stuff that comes up. And I feel like this is one that I can take on pretty comfortably. So Cinco de Mayo and mental health awareness are what I'm going after for May. July is going to be, obviously, Independence Day, 4th of July, and the tons of niches that go with 4th of July. So as we get into the middle of May, I'm likely going to ease up on the mental health awareness stuff, and obviously Cinco de Mayo will have passed, and I will be moving from mid-May through June, focusing mostly on the 4th of July, because 4th of July is essentially another Q4 opportunity in 1 month. However, this 4th of July opportunity isn't one that will build the shirts that we have sold and for year-round sales like it does in December. Because in December, if you have evergreen shirts that sell and they get on the front page during December, it's likely that those shirts continue to sell year-round. However, with 4th of July, this is very much a once-a-year opportunity. However, it is a massive once-a-year opportunity, so it is not one of those that you want to miss. So let's talk about what specifically I'm going to be designing for in May and what kind of areas I'm going after to make sure that my stuff is relevant and that it gets sold and seen quickly. So first of all, let's start off with Cinco de Mayo, because this one's new for me, and like I said, I have a strategy that I adapt most of my designs to go into a niche. And really that strategy is just going after teachers, and teachers are a great avenue. And we have seen from the fact that St. Patrick's Day did so well, autism awareness has done so well. These are spaces where I usually focus on teachers as well. These spaces have done insanely well. Last month in March, I had my first $2,000 month ever, revenue month. So I am beyond excited about that, and it couldn't have happened if the teacher space hadn't come back. So obviously, the teachers being back in school has led to a very strong return of this market, and so I'm going to adapt what I usually do for these other markets in like St. Patrick's Day or autism awareness to the Cinco de Mayo space. And what that process is going to Pinterest and looking up what teacher shirts, general teacher shirts are doing well and are popular, and adapting those to Cinco de Mayo. So there are a lot of shirts or a lot of variations of like the no problema shirt. So people say or for teachers specifically, it's like test day, no problema. Mathematics, no problema. So what I'm going to be doing is creating spins of that for the teacher space. So, fiesta, no problema. Tacos or teaching in tacos, no problema. And that could be adopted for, the fiesta could be for students and teachers, whereas obviously teachers and teaching in tacos is specifically for teachers. And then there are other, general teacher shirts that sell really well that can be adapted to Cinco de Mayo. And this is generally how I go about my process. And it works really well. And you can adapt this you can adapt this teacher shirt thing to mom shirts as well. So like mom Cinco de Mayo shirts, so it's like mom or daycare, no problema, or mom hustle, no problema. The same thing can be done for mom shirts and everything else. So I hope you can see how you take a general niche shirt and you can adapt that to basically anything else and plug in a specific holiday for that general shirt, as long as you know the elements of the holiday. So Cinco de Mayo, it's fiesta, it's tacos, it's beer, it's other things that are centered around the Hispanic celebration of Cinco de Mayo. So whenever that happens and you know the elements of a holiday, you can plug it into basically any general shirt within any niche, and you're going to be able to create shirts that sell and that are usually unique, because what tends to happen is in Cinco de Mayo specifically, people get caught up in certain phrases and people just redesign other phrases that they've seen, and they don't bring anything new. So if you're able to bring something new to the market, this is really going to put you in a better position to actually produce stuff that sells. Because if you're behind someone and you're designing something that someone has already designed, you're in second place and you're competing for the runner-up spot. Whereas if you bring something new to the market by taking sayings that are in a different niche and bringing it into your niche and adopting it for your niche, then you have something completely new that people likely have never seen before, and you're going to be the one that is being chased, and you're going to be in that permanent #1 spot. So that is where I'm at for Cinco de Mayo. Mental health is a little bit different because there are many things within mental health that are not just, general niches that can be translated into mental health, because mental health tends to have a very specific look and a very specific message that goes out for mental health awareness support. And what I've done in the past, and I mentioned this in other videos, is that I look at tattoos for this space, because if someone is willing to get a tattoo and it is a tattoo that is similar to what other people are getting, it shows that it is something that is very relevant to that space and something that people identify with, because a tattoo is not just a t-shirt. A tattoo is permanent. So if someone loves this enough to get it tattooed on their body, it obviously has significance to them, and it obviously is something that they are willing to identify with. So tattoos for mental health awareness are really a great way to see what people truly care about, and then adapting that for a t-shirt, because if, I'm someone who doesn't have tattoos, and honestly, I don't really think I'll ever get tattoos, but this video isn't about that. But a t-shirt is what I've heard people say who don't want to get tattoos. People get a t-shirt that has something that a tattoo would have on it, and then they wear that, and then it basically has the same message, but they're able to take the t-shirt off and the tattoo obviously doesn't come off. So if you follow that logic, then most people who get the tattoos of mental health awareness elements, if you put that on a shirt, they're likely going to identify with it just as much, and people who know those people who want to support them will wear a shirt that has elements of their tattoo on it that support people in mental health awareness. And so that is generally how I go about mental health awareness. It's a little bit different, but it's been effective. So anyway, there's that. And obviously, we're looking at 4th of July next. 4th of July is one of those where you can take the general teacher niche shirts and put a bunch of 4th of July spins on it. And so you can do that basically with any niche, actually. Like you can look at nurse shirts, you can look at teacher shirts, dog mom, cat dad, whatever. You can do any kind of spin on these shirts with a patriotic element, and we'll do more on that in a different video. But that is what I'm looking for, at least as far as the future goes, for designing for Merch by Amazon. And what's been selling really well for me is obviously autism awareness, because April is Autism Awareness Month. April 4th was Autism Awareness Day. But a lot of these shirts have continued to sell throughout the month of April, and hopefully they will continue to sell year round, because this is what we do. This is what I personally do and what I encourage you to do. I design for Awareness Month specifically that have a year-round following. So people who have autism are not just affected in April, they're affected year-round. And people are born with autism every day. So people want to show support for people who have autism or are struggling with autism. And so designing for Autism Awareness Month gives you the opportunity to get a bunch of sales on 1 month. Your sale or your shirt gets to the front page, and if it's good, it stays there year round. This has happened with me for at least 2 to 3 designs, and it is the source of at least $10 to $15 a day for this 1 to 2 designs. So that is what has been selling really well for me in March and April. And like I said, looking on to mental health awareness shirts have already started picking up. I've put ads on them, and so life is going well for those. And now let's talk a little bit about what you can do if you're a beginner and you're wanting to get into those niches that have the possibility to sell higher in the future. Well, this is a great time in America. It is also the worst time in America, where everything is super politicized. So going after political stuff is really going to be a way for you to catch trends and get sales quickly, because these things are a flash in the pan. And since you don't have that many slots as a beginner, you get to use these opportunities, the political opportunities in America, to market to the flash in the pan situations, and then use up your slots and move on to the next thing. So the thing that is really happening right now that's been a big deal is gun control. So you can look up gun control, Joe Biden, and on both sides of the aisle, they're just going at each other, and they've got their own slogans and things like that. And if you look on Amazon, gun control shirts is one of the autofills that fills in pretty quickly, and one of the phrases against it are gun control against Joe Biden shirt. I think that's it. Gun shirts against Joe Biden. So gun shirts against Joe Biden. And then, of course, you look up gun control shirts, and you've got both sides of the aisle going at each other. So if you are a beginner looking to get out of the lower tiers, focus on this gun control topic. It is likely not going away, but it is one of those things that is going to be it's not going to be here for a while, but it is one of those things that is going to give you a few sales and help you to hopefully get out of those lower tiers. And obviously, if you're in the lower tiers, I suggest doing local merch. And anyway, look up Mike Gual if you don't know anything about local merch. And Mike Gual, I'll try to link to one of his videos here. But anyway, he is very helpful at this local merch thing. That's how I got out of the lower tiers and got into, the multiple hundred tiers pretty quickly. So anyway, I hope all this helps. I hope you're having a great weekend. And anyway, remember, someone is going to do something amazing every day, guys. Why not you? See ya.